What's going on, guys? Just catching the end of the draft phase here for the open qualifiers. It's Execration versus the Nasty Potatoes here. Like I said, just tuning in now. So for Execration, so far they got Clockwork, the Nasty Potatoes here. Puck, like I said, and a Witch Doctor. Tuning in now. So for Execration,
1 second here. Sorry.
And then for the Nasty Potatoes, we have AA. It's gonna be the offlane Darkseer, roaming Bounty Hunter, and I assume it's gonna be mid Dragon Knight, but we might see. Maybe a safe lane Dragon Knight, depending. I don't know if no, it's okay. So it's gonna be the mid Dragon Knight, very common there. I'm excited to see this Nyx Assassin versus Bounty Hunter, kind of like the roaming potential there. Both obviously can do a lot of work depending on how their early game goes. Nyx Assassin, I think, has better potential than Bounty Hunter does, but Bounty Hunter does provide, a lot of gold for the team. So it's gonna be interesting. I know a little bit about how Execration did last year, but I assume it's a pretty much a new team for the most part as far as their players go. Not really too sure, and Nasty Potatoes is 100% new to me as they pick up Lifesteal here for their safe lane carry. So really, okay, so we got the Weaver pickup, so it's going to be good. It can still do damage to Lifestealer after he rages. Should be pretty good here, so I'm excited. Yeah, and it will be the mid puck rather than offlane puck as we have Clockwork picked up there. Based on draft, I do think... actually, I think Execration has a better draft so far. I'm not saying Nasty Potatoes draft is bad by any means, but it looks like Execration has a little more the Witch Doctor pickup, even though it wasn't as a counter, but the alt does physical damage, so he can still do a lot to Lifestealer, even when he does have rage on. Ancient Apparition though might be able to, that alt will do some good damage. Stop Execration from being able to regen and everything when it's most necessary, especially when Nyx has his Ags. I'm not sure the interaction there, but obviously he gets the bonus regen during the burrow time. So I don't know if the AA alt will stop that while he's burrowed or not, or if it hits while he's burrowed, rather. But we will see. I'm sure if Nasty Potatoes is able to get the farm necessary on their AA, playing position 5 doesn't always happen, but, having that Ags can do a lot. I'm sure Nyx will go Ags after he gets, like Blink Dagger, Force Staff, have that good mobility he's going to need. But it should be a good game here. I'm not sure which round we're in right now for the open qualifiers. Maybe best of 32 at this point. Again, really not too positive. Just got home from work, so just tuning in for the first time for the day. What are these battle passes levels? So low. 276 being the highest in the game. I don't know. So just give me 1 second while I open up my my settings here. There we go. Looks like Bounty Hunter's gonna make that quick smoke rotation. Or rather, invis rotation, and get this this first ward down. Not sure if he saw the Nyx place that ward, but he is in the area. AA's got this nice one here, scouting out the rune area, or rather, the Radiant did. I'm sorry, AA placing this farther ward, getting some good vision of the river there. Not really sure what that's quite about yet, but. Again, I don't think either team saw the ward being placed down. Raging Potato here sitting solo so far in this safe lane, so looks like it's going to be the aggro tri-lane top here with Weaver, Witch Doctor, and Clockwork, but a little surprising. Maybe they're just going to get the rune and then TP one of them out. They're still smoked up here, trying to find a kill. Bounty Hunter has found Raging Potato, so going to take some damage here. Still hasn't skilled a point. Bounty Hunter's got the invis on, and they're going to find AA here. Smoke's going to be broken. Clockwork's going to chase him down a little bit, but he's not quite fast enough to get the battery assault onto him. Again, Raging Potato already using one of his tangos. And, a third of his mana pool there, but he will get the rune. It's going to be 3 runes there for Execration, so did a nice job picking that up. So it will be, looks like Weaver Gonna be in this off lane with Witch Doctor instead, so they're gonna switch up lanes a little bit. Maybe dual lane. Raging Potato though should have a decent time. I'm not sure there's a lot that Nasty Potatoes can really do to him in this lane early on. He should be able to get out with the Spike Carapace and the Impale should any problems arise here. It's gonna be Clockwork coming in, putting some pressure maybe onto Ponlo, but maybe he'll just try to secure James's farm a little bit here, just so we can get maybe level 2 before Ponlo does, but rather than that, he's just going to walk the bottom. So it will be dual lanes here for Execration. And they do scout out this ward, so nice job there by AA and Bounty Hunter. Now Clockwork gets the battery assault onto Godot, and he's got the dust. He's going to put some good damage onto Godot here. He's only down to 2 tangos now, and the Impale will hit, but will it be enough to really get the damage out? Clockwork doesn't have the best right click, especially this early on. Maybe later. I think his level 10 talent gives him some damage, but yeah, level 15. He gets 50 damage if he is to choose that. So I don't think this is really a kill lane whatsoever for Execration. It'll be more of just a survivability lane. While I'm saying that, Raging Potato taking some heavy damage here. He will dust up Godot, but Raging Potato will be the first blood unless he can get in the trees. A nice body block by Lumic here with the battery assault. So Raging Potato will sneak out of there. Meanwhile, mid James, he's low on health too. He's got something shipping out on the courier here. I think it was a salve. Yeah, he's got a salve coming. Up top, Dark's here, going against this Witch Doctor here. Just trying to steal the rune if he can, but the Dark here does end up getting it. I thought the cast was going to be enough to stop him from picking it up, but nice job here by Wen picking up that bounty rune. Godot's still level 1. Look at this mid matchup though. It's fairly even as far as CS goes. Ponlo a little bit ahead. He's 15-3 against the 13-1. The Witch Doctor comes in. He's hasted up, but he's got no more mana left. This is 3 heroes now going on Ponlo. Silenced up, and James will draw the first blood. A nice rotation by Lumic and by just Witch Doctor, yeah. Got to pause here real quick for Ponlo. So it's definitely a nice matchup here. Weaver's having a good time. He's 12-6 in CS, so they'll take this lane. They're pretty much just trading lane for lane. Raging Potato having a hard time bottom, kind of staying alive. He does have the Spike Carapace, and he's holding a point currently, but he's forced to go home. He's only got the Mango left, and he's picking up boots, but without the Clockwork there to help him that last time, he should have been first blood, but nice job there, again, by Lumic to make sure that he does not die. But yeah, this is a strong lane here. It's been a tri lane for the most part here for Nasty Potatoes with Death Sama. Again, he's tied there with Weaver in terms of CS. Crimson doing a nice job. Just kind of roaming around. He's got the magic image, the Chilling Touch, which puts on the magic damage. Just does it a lot when Napo's raged up, hitting them. So it'll be interesting to see, rather, when he open wounds someone and hits them. So it'll be interesting to see if a kill comes out of this, or if Nyx Assassin will be able to, kind of kite around it with Spike Carapace when it comes down to it. But for now, things are looking pretty decent here for Execration. Dark's here. I mean, he's going to do Darkseer things. He'll get a little bit of gold. He's only 3-1 in CS right now, but because Weaver is able to, with the Geminate attack and the Sakuchi, take out those Ion Shelled creeps fairly easily. Is this ward in range? I can't tell because we're at the pause screen. But if they have dust, don't think they do. Okay, I was gonna say it might be a kill on Godot as he's still level 1, but an extended pause here for lag right now for Ponlo. I think in terms of win condition, these are both, well, especially Execration. I think they want to win this in the early to mid game if possible. You don't really want to go against Lifestealer when he gets farmed up nice and tanky. But you also have the fact that Dragon Knight, I mean, he doesn't really do a ton of damage early on until he gets items, but it's going to be impossible to kill him once he gets more points in this Dragon Blood. Just so much armor, so much regen. They don't really have a ton to go through it. Currently, at least, Witch Doctor ult is physical, so the armor will negate a lot of that. Puck obviously does do plenty of magic damage, but later on Puck doesn't. He kind of falls off compared to a Lifestealer or a Dragon Knight. So it's kind of nice if you are Nasty Potatoes. You've got the Dragon Knight who's got all the physical resistance in the armor and the regen. So mid game he'll be able to kind of hold his own against all the physical damage coming out from Execration. Weaver's right clicks until he gets a Desolator or something. Even then, still a lot of armor there. Witch Doctor ult, as we talked about, has it's physical, so you'll be able to negate that quite a bit. Get the stun off on Witch Doctor depending on the position, and then Lifestealer is kind of free to go. I mean, he has the Rage, gets out of the magical damage against Puck, so he can just really go in there, right-click those heroes, infest something, get out, and everything. But just being able to kind of not kite the damage, but negate it rather, block it. I do like Nasty Potatoes lineup in terms of that. Obviously, Bounty Hunter hasn't been super effective quite yet. Still level 1 here with his first roam mid, but with Ponlo being dead already, doesn't really hold a lot of his own there. So we'll see how this goes. Obviously, still too early in the game to really kind of tell the swing of things quite yet, especially if Ponlo's going to be disconnected for this long. Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, like I said before, the round that we're in for this open qualifier. But like I said, Execration, I do believe they made it to TI last year. Maybe it was just the regionals I'm thinking of. It's obviously been almost a year now, and haven't really stayed too close to Pro Dota until recently, so just kind of trying to catch up on things, I guess. But yeah, like I said, Weaver's doing a nice job in lane here. We got 12-6 against a Darkseer, and he hasn't really let Darkseer farm very often. I mean, I know he did have Witch Doctor in his lane helping him out with that as well, but Darkseer needs those items early, gets those levels, which, they're important, but he really needs like that mech, the Soul Ring into mech are big. Even his mana boots, right now all he has is his starting items. Usually you could probably get something at this point, but he does have gold, at least for the brown boots, should he choose that over the Soul Ring first. If we check out on Ponlo, like I said, he's got his bottle and his boots. He's doing okay. Obviously he was first blood, but top of the CS charts, not really too much going against him right now, other than this disconnect. Hopefully he'll reconnect shortly. But, for now, like I said, very early on in things. I don't think either team really has an amazing Roche squad here. Really relying on Lifestealer and Dragon Knight to do a lot of the right clicks in Roche, but even then, it's not a ton. I guess Execration, they do have Weaver with the bugs that can do that, but then follow-up right-click, it's pretty much just him. I guess Puck can, depending on his build, but even then, that's not what you're relying on to take down Roche, so wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a Roche takedown for, maybe 25-plus minutes. And when it does happen, I bet it'll be Nasty Potatoes. Again, depending on how this game does pan out. Still waiting on Ponlo, though. This is quite a way to start my first game of the cast, or first cast of the open qualifiers, rather. Yeah, I really don't know how I feel about the voice chat wheel. It's just, as a caster at least, it gets really annoying. I know as a player I love it, because when you got all the voice chat options with a high enough battle pass level, it can get fun. Especially when they added in the, I believe it's Russian ones. Excuse me if I'm wrong about that, but I do like a few of those, and obviously the all chat ones are always a good flame for a team wipe. But as a caster, it gets really kind of distracting. Not too much, but it's you can play them every 5 minutes, and you've got 10 people in the game. So, especially when I hear, both allies and the all chat ones. Anytime now, Pawnlow. Just waiting on you, buddy. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember how far Execration made it last year, but I know they had a, I don't know if it's just a series or, you know, a couple series that they had that pulled out some good games. I remember that much at least. I don't know how far they made it, but I do remember watching one of their games. Might have been against TNC. Can't remember, but it was really good. I'd like to see them back again. I don't know if it's the same lineup for the most part as before. Obviously, they've got a stand-in and Nando, but other than that, like I said, I don't keep up well enough quite yet with the pros. Do a lot of pubs and stuff like that. Maybe he's reconnecting. We shall see shortly. Okay, he reconnects. Here we go, finally. So again, we got Godot here mid against here with James and Lumic. But Weaver gonna TP bottom now. Try to. I'm surprised he didn't want to stay top. He's getting some good CS, but now he's gonna be going against Lifestealer. But he's gonna get the bugs right on the Crimson. The right click's gonna come in. Lifestealer's in the area, but will it be enough? He's gonna try to get the bugs off, and he's gonna slow down Nando a little bit. The bugs are eating away on Crimson. Just one more right click might be enough. He gets the Sakuchi, and the right click has the Geminate attack, and it is enough for Nando to get the kill, but he might pay with his life here, and he will. Death Sama picks up a kill on the end of it, as Godot was in the area anyways. Back mid now, James and Pawnlow trading CS, hopefully, here for Pawnlow after a little bit of a disconnect. He's got 2 points in that Dragon Blood. I don't see him dying anytime soon until at least level 6 and a rotation for Execration. Once he gets that Dream Coil. No points in that Phase Shift. It's kind of not necessary, I guess, right now. Especially against a melee mid. But, you know, there's no vision here, so Godot is able to kind of sit here. Invis does take damage from the Illusory Orb, and he will get slowed down. Defier comes in again. No phase shift, but he'll be okay. He can just walk away. There's no real follow-up on a low-level Dragon Knight. I mean, 62 damage is good for CS and everything, but it's not going to be enough when James, he's got the Illusory Orb, should he need it to get out of things. And Bounty Hunter looks to pick up level 3 shortly. Not quite there yet, but yeah, so Death Sama rotates up top once Weaver moves bottom. Nando still doing very well in CS. 18 and 7. But now James in some trouble again. He picks up that level in phase shift, and he will phase shift out. It's double damage here on the Pawnlow, but the Illusory Orb. Here comes the cask, but still James in some trouble here. Pawnlow taking some hits from the tower. James trying to escape and Witch Doctor doing everything he can. Pawnlow will fall, and it'll be the stand-in Witch Doctor getting the kill, but then Godot on the backside gets the kill onto James. Now Witch Doctor doesn't have any detection, so Godot might be okay, and he's going to escape quite easily there. Meanwhile, back up top, Raging Potato gets the Spike Carapace off, and Death Sama. Again, him and Pawnlow are on top of the CS charts now. And James and Nando right below him, but still. Execration needs to pick up in terms of CS here a little bit. The thing that is fortunate for them, Darkseer's in between them, so they almost have, after the top two, the next 4. And now James taking some damage again, stunned up, and he will get the silence, and it looks like Bounty Hunter will die. No detection, but none needed. He's not able to get invis. Now Pawnlow on the run, but that Dragon Blood doing so much for him. No cast coming out, not quite enough mana here from the stand-in Witch Doctor. Meanwhile, up top, Crimson being got on. Gonna miss the Impale as Raging Potato, but the Cogs and the Battery Assault. Right clicks coming in, still doing a lot of damage. Crimson should fall here, and it will be Lumic picking up the kill there. Nothing Death Sama could do in those Cogs. He didn't want to really mess up his farm at all, so if it's going to be a death on your team, you'd rather have it be Crimson on AA. But, yeah, Nando making sure that Wen can't get any of these last hits in lane. He's got the Ion Shell, but against the Siege Creep, not going to do a hell of a whole lot there. So, got to make sure, especially Lumic, I think. Got to stay on having Dust with him. Obviously not what you want to be focused on this whole early game, but with Godot making those rotations, if he's staying mid to help James out a little bit, you got to make sure that you have some sort of detection. Pawnlow's level 6 now. The Dream Coil coming out, and here comes a hasted Witch Doctor again for the second time this game. Gets the Cask off and the Maledict. It might be enough as Raging Potato comes in, gets the Impale, and he's going to also pick up the kill. So a nice rotation for mid, for mid here for Execration to pick up the kill on Ponlo, and a good amount of gold going the way of the Nyx Assassin. Like I said, it was going to be level 6 for James with his Dream Coil and a rotation before they got that kill. I think it was just him and Witch Doctor, obviously, or just him and Clock, maybe just him and Raging Potato here on the Nyx. It wouldn't have been a kill, but since they had both stuns, they had the Dream Coil as well for the lockdown, and then Clockwork came in with Battery Assault. It was a nice job there by Execration. But meanwhile, now up top, Godot here, scouting out Raging Potato. Not sure if they saw Lumic. They probably did, but Raging Potato gets the Ravage there with the Impale, and now Lumic at least going to try to get Crimson. Spike Carapace going to help for a little bit, but now not quite enough. Crimson might live through this. He's got no Rocket Flare. He's almost level 4, though. If you can pick up just a little bit of XP, you might be able to get Crimson, but Crimson able to get away. Stunned up is Puck. And here comes the Dragon Form from Ponlo. James in a little bit of trouble, but not really any. So Ponlo might look to just try to push this tower now as he throws out his first Dragon Form of the game. Lumic, again, level 3. So he's a little under-leveled as he picks up level 4 now. Thought it was going to be mostly a roaming Nyx. Position 4 Nyx with the 3 Clockwork, but turned much more into like a position 4 Clockwork and a 3 Nyx. So a little surprising for me to see. I'm not sure if Execration usually runs it that way in their games, but another Dream Coil now. Dragon Form and the Mana Burn's coming out. Spike Carapace going to stun Ponlo for a little bit. Cogs and Battery Assault. Ponlo should fall here. He's silenced up as well. Here comes the rest of Nasty Potatoes, though. Ponlo still alive, and now Lumic taking way too much damage. Frozen up is Raging Potato, and Lumic will fall, but on the backside, Godot dies as well. And now James chasing down Crimson. Not going to connect with the Illusory Orb damage, but will be silenced up. They're diving under tier 2s here. Raging Potato just has to get the right click, and he will from Vendetta. It's going to be enough. Raging Potato, though, takes a lot of damage. Raging out is Death Sama, trying to get Raging Potato, and he will. He's got the open wounds on him. Spike Carapace and another Mana Burn, but not going to be enough to save his life. Death Sama has no mana now, but he does pick up the kill and a good chunk of gold there for himself. He's top of CS above Ponlo now, 55 and 18 here at 8 minutes. So Nasty Potatoes does have some good net worth going on right now. Execration still up by less than 1,000. Again, we're only 8.5 minutes in, so it's not really the most telling stat of the game quite yet, but you really want Lumic to be hitting level 6 shortly. I'm sure he's going to be the one picking up the tome, as even Witch Doctor is level 5. I mean, he's got his mana boots and everything. He's doing okay. But now we got Wen and Godot here. Godot's got the Ion Shell on him. He's going to scout out Witch Doctor, but Witch Doctor not seeing him. Here comes Raging Potato as well, so Wen in some trouble. Here comes Nando, but able to surge himself away. They might look to push this a little bit. The Ion Shell chasing Nando down, doing a lot of damage to him too. But nothing too big going on there. Dream Coil again coming on to Ponlo. The Cogs not going to connect. Maybe just a little defensive Cogs instead. Ponlo taking a lot of damage though from Clockwork and James. Now it's Wen gets stunned up by the cast. The Maledict shouldn't be enough as he's going to surge home. Get back to safety, I guess. Nasty Potatoes, a lot of their heroes are taking a lot of damage. They're really trying to pick on Ponlo here. They know they're not going to get too many kills onto Death Sama. Can't really hold him down for too long. But, Ponlo, get the cogs on him, and it's a good target. But they got to rotate like 3 or 4 to get him, which is the most unfortunate part, as the tomes are brought there by AA and Clockwork. But Godot here, double damage, and he's going to go right on Witch Doctor. Death Sama coming, and won't get stunned up because of the rage from Death Sama, and Godot's going to pick up the kill there. So he should be level 6 shortly. Needs a little bit more farm. AA, he's going to have the tome here, get him to 5.5, almost 6 actually. A little more than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, Ponlo, he's got all he has really is wand from the last time we checked in with him. He's got enough for that Helm of Iron Will, but meanwhile up top, Crimson will fall to Nando. Nando getting out now. He's got Sakuchi. Doesn't have enough mana for time lapse or anything really, but a nice little pickup there for him as well. They're going to go on Death Sama, it seems. If Clockwork can get there with the hook. It's actually Raging Potato scouting him out now, so here we go. Still no hook yet. Almost level 6. He'll get the Vendetta right click, but the Impale won't hit again because of the rage there by Death Sama. So James has that Veil pickup now, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage. We got a rotation in from Godot. Maybe they do something with Death Sama sitting there at the shrine, but looks like he's scouted out by the ward, so James is smart enough to back up as 4 rotate mid there. It's just Wen trying to take down this bottom tower against Raging Potato. It's been level 6 for quite a while now, but again, don't have really any vision coming the way of the Radiant here, of Execration, to scout out this Godot as he moves around. Might be dead James shortly. We do have a TP coming in, and it will be Lumic, still level 5 though. He does get the dust out, and now James get the AA ult. Dream Coil does come down onto 2, but it's not going to be enough, and Lumic will also fall on the back end of this. So Wen picks up the kill onto Lumic, and Ponlo gets the kill onto James. So it's a 2 for none, and it should be a tier 1 as Ponlo triggers his dragon form. And Death Sama has his armlet now. Ponlo working on his. They're going to be kind of hard to kill, and Ponlo will finish off this tower in a little bit. But Godot gets killed by Raging Potato. I'm not sure if he was dusted up or not, but a nice job there by Raging Potato to get that one. Ponlo being chased down now. I don't think they're going to get a stun, but he's low on mana. Now Nando on a Crimson. And the rest of the Dire team are right there as well. So the AA ult will miss. Then the Clockwork comes in with a hook. Gets only on the Ponlo in the cogs. Now Nando trying to pick up the pieces here against Wen and Crimson. He won't get Crimson quite yet. Has to run away low on health. Ponlo does follow the Lumic, and now we got TPs coming in. Raging Potato's here, ready to get the kill. Raging Potato gets Crimson, and now he's chasing down Wen. Meanwhile, Lumic, Nando, and Witch Doctor are trying to go on Godot. Godot got that worm on him, doing a lot of damage, and it's going to push Death Sama out of the way with cogs there. Nice job there by Lumic. So it's going to be a 3 for none so far, I believe. I'm not sure if anyone had died on Execration from before, but it does not look it. So a nice job kind of countering that tier 1 play there by Nasty Potatoes rather. And now they're gonna look to maybe get a kill. Wall was committed there by Wen, and I'm not really sure it did too much for the Nasty Potatoes. Again, this is where it's gonna kind of struggle here for Execration. They really only have the 1 tower hitter in Nando, and if he's out farming anything else, then it kind of sucks for any push that Execration kind of was hoping for. Ponlo now in some trouble, takes some damage from the Sakuchi and the worms here from Nando. He's being chased down, but he's got some help on the way. He'll be okay for a while. Death Sama there. Nothing queued up for him. Again, James has the Veil. He's tracked up. Very basic items from all heroes so far. No big pickups recently, I don't think. Oh, Nando. TP now, right, before I can get him. Again, just getting creeps here. There we go. So he's working on that Lincoln's. He's pretty close to that ultimate orb. We should have it fairly soon. Yeah, but Wen, again, not having a very good farming game, I guess. I mean, he is top 5, but doesn't really have any of his items. As James picks up a kill on Godot here in the mid, and he's being chased down now by Death Sama. Rather, it's Lumic taking the fall for that. And it's a killing spree there for Death Sama, and he gets, even the track gold comes in on it too, so nice job by Godot before he falls. Ponlo looking to take another tier 1. He's got the armlet now. He's dragon form, just does so much against these towers. And Crimson coming in for some moral support on the back end here. But meanwhile, back up top, it's going to be Witch Doctor and Raging Potato going against Wen. And it won't be enough, but it should. The Maledict should be enough to take him out. And now Raging Potato in some trouble. Tracked up. Can't get out yet. Nando comes in with the worms and the right clicks, just doing so much damage against Godot. He is able to get the kill. Actually, it's Ponlo getting the kill on a Raging Potato, but now the Dream Coil coming down on a Dragon Knight. James needs to get out of it, but he can't. The death comes in the way of Ponlo, but now Ponlo might die here. It's going to be Nando. Can't quite get to the shrine now. Death Sama raging out, trying to get away from Lumic and Nando, and James here as well. James able to live through for a little bit here. Nando taking some heavy damage, doesn't have any mana, but the right click's doing so much, and he's going to get inside the siege creep. With help on the way from Wen, Nando knows he needs to get out now. No surge coming quite yet. So a nice job again by Execration, but I'm hating this this net worth bar. Again, we got a bit of a jump here for Execration in terms of XP and gold. Again, we're only at 1,700 maybe. Net worth lead, but Execration doing a nice job in these team fights. It's kind of, they're initiating a little bit, and then Nasty Potatoes comes back and with a little counter initiation, but it's right after that when Execration comes back in for like the second counter initiation that they're doing so well. We saw it. They kind of went in, and then Nasty Potatoes came back, got the kills, got the tier 1 mid, but then Execration came back and got 3 kills. So, I mean, they're doing a nice job. They're losing tower game so far, but now it's going to be... Actually, they're tied right now, and now it's going to be up, going the way of Execration, but now Lumic in a lot of trouble. He will die here, can't get the hook to save himself, and it's Ponlo picking up another kill there. Oh, great. This Bounty Hunter pick, doing a nice job here against Raging Potato, keeping him tracked up. They know where he is at all times, and Godot's main priority this game is just keep vision on Raging Potato. Like we talked about earlier on, after the initial draft, that both of those roamers were going to be huge parts of this game. And while Godot has a few more deaths, and he does have 4 kills, as both roamers do, but still, he's doing such a good job keeping vision of Nyx, making sure that, you know, Ponlo here can farm safely there. Death Sama, not too worried about it, as he's level 12 now. And he's got a sizable amount of gold here, 2,400. This might be a smoke attempt here, and it will be. See where they're moving forward to. They're trying to get into Roche, or just trying to take a fight. They do get pinged out. Oh, it was Lifestealer, my bad. They're going to kind of retreat, as it also looks like on the backside, Execration smoked up as well, so it might be Nando in the real trouble here. And smoke will break. Nando in some trouble. He's invis for now, but he will not be alive for much longer as Ponlo picks up another kill. And now they're going to find Witch Doctor here, and he's going to try to drop the ult. The Dream Coil not coming out quite yet. Not sure where it's going to be. And now it's going to be Wen falling as well after Witch Doctor died. So it's a 2-for-1 so far, and Execration has to back out of this. I didn't see Puck drop the Dream Coil. He must have, but... Oh... Not good if you're Raging Potato. So it's going to be rather a 3-for-1. Nice job by the Nasty Potatoes. Both teams smoked up, but it was definitely Nasty Potatoes getting the first jump there, picking off Nando before the team fight happened. Yeah, so important because he does so much damage on that back line, picking up Crimson, getting Godot, even Wen to an extent, if Wen's focused on ion shelling and surging his teammates and trying to drop a good wall down. So... really good team fight again there by Nasty Potatoes. They aren't able to take any objectives afterwards, but maybe try to push that top a little bit. But it's still, you know, sitting at half health, so Crimson and Godot are just going to try to get in, get some good ward placement down, give as much vision in this jungle as they possibly can, which will allow Death Sama and probably a little later Ponlo to come in and start chipping away that tier 2. But it looks like Execration trying to push up this mid. They might find Godot here. Not sure if Witch Doctor saw him or not. Probably not, but... Oh, and a smoke attempt coming in now by Execration, but it's right under the ward, so they know what's going on here. Nasty Potatoes do. It's just such a bad place to... Like, so unfortunate for them. But the blink comes in. The hook will only hit onto James. Dream Coil comes down onto 1 as Death Sama was already raged up. Not looking too good right now for Execration. So 1-for-1 Wen for James, but still Ponlo full health. Death Sama's coming around from the backside. A TP out from Lumic here. Now Nando and Raging Potato trying to get out. Meanwhile, Death Sama chasing down Witch Doctor, and he will also fall. Raging Potato up top, tracked up. Spike Carapace is going to save him for now, and the Impale, but the Urn, it might be enough to take him down anyways. And it will be. So far, a 3-for-1. Only Wen falling here for Nasty Potato. So that's two good... Yeah, 2 good team fights in a row, I'd say. I was going to say 2 smoke attempts, but one was by Execration there. And it's just really unfortunate. The Dream Coil only hit onto 1. Lumic hit his hook onto a teammate, so he didn't even get the stun there. And, you know, Death Sama able to rage out and just get all the right clicks and not worried about the magic damage, just like we talked about before. And then Ponlo is just so damn tanky already. I mean, he's got the armlet. He's got his Blink Dagger now. And Dragon Form. Oh, and Lumic gonna fall again. Not good if you're Execration. Not looking too great right now. Again, net worth lead. Kind of, not misleading, but it's only a little over 1,000 here, as they're gonna lose their last tier 1. The Witch Doctor will throw the ult down. Not gonna connect on it too much, but then Godot comes back in and here comes Death Sama. It's going to be Witch Doctor falling again, and it's also Raging Potato dying. Now James, he is tracked up. He should be able to get out of here with the Illusory Orb, and he is able to, but Those are 2 deaths right there that didn't need to happen. Actually, I think, yeah, 3 actually. Lumic fell right before, so they're going to be able to turn this into a tier 2 as well, hopefully. 2 down still, but 1 is Raging Potato. It looks like Nasty Potatoes will back off, but you know, Nando hasn't been there for these fights. He's just farming up, trying to get that Desolator done to really tear into the armor here of this Dragon Knight in Ponlo. But that fight didn't need to happen there. If you're Execration, they were so worried about denying the tier 1 that they just got their lives denied instead. Just eaten alive. Now, we got TP rotation here from Death Sama, so him and Ponlo. If they can get the enough lockdown onto Nando, but he's smart enough to get out. Maybe. Maybe. I don't think he's going to try anything. Be a little silly if he... Oh, maybe. No, he's just getting out. Okay. Yeah, Crimson's level 9 now. He's working on the Atos, it looks. Yeah, he's got the double bracer build-up going on. Godot level 13, so he's got a Glimmer Cape now. If we look at item-wise, again, we said Desolator for Nando. Witch Doctor's got pretty decent, you know, supporting very well. I think this Clockwork, it's just been a hard game for him. I mean, he really needed to go position 3 in my mind. You know, having this Bounty Hunter kind of negate Nyx Assassin. You're trading your 4 for their 3 if you are Nasty Potatoes here. So, you know, his whole purpose of this game is keep vision on Nyx Assassin. And Nyx Assassin, all he can really do is try to roam, but it just doesn't really do a hell of a whole lot. Now Nando, maybe in some trouble. Death's putting some pressure on him. Here comes Godot. If he can get the track on, it'll be huge. Huge, I tell you. Not able to get it yet, but he's still invis, so if he can get close enough. Not trying to reveal himself. He's going to go invis one more time here. The scan coming out. Not going to connect, so Nando able to back away, but it's tier 2. Going to be taking some damage here from the creeps. We've got James and Lumic here. And we've got Raging Potato trying to pick up a kill maybe on the back end. And here comes Godot now. Here he is invised up and he's got the Death Sama inside of him. So looks like Execration might have saw that. They're backing away now. Ponlo's level 16 by the way. And he's working on that BKB. He's got enough gold. I think he needs like 50 more. I don't know. He's almost got enough gold. So... right now, this game might not look, by the terms of net worth, lead. I mean, it's just bounced back from 4K there, but definitely feels in the way of Nasty Potatoes. Godot's been such a big part of this, just getting the track and getting out in time before taking, you know, any damage or trading his life away, as he was earlier in the game. He kind of died a lot, but he, like I said, he's top of the kill board here. He's 7, 6, and 10. Almost got 100% participation. More like 75. I'm not trying to do math right now, but just a lot of deaths though from these heroes. Like Lumic, he's 4 and 5, not doing too good there. Death Sama, 6, 0 and 6, and then we got Ponlo 6, 6, 6. So maybe that's a little telling of you know, his power. But we got smoke. Nope, it's just the blink in, silence on the Wen. And he'll get away. James is fine for now, but very greedy. If he got, I mean, it would have been hard, but got caught out there by the stun of Dragon Knight. Should have been a little closer. Again, it all happens fast with puck and everything, but he's got to be really careful there. Sure, he has backup, but we saw what happened last time. We got a smoke play coming in now from Nasty Potatoes. They're going to rotate down. Don't think they've got anyone tracked, but Raging Potato in the area. Here we go. They're just going to get some wards down, it seems. Trying to chase them out of their own jungle. Yeah, that's all it's going to be for now. So it's a good smoke rotation. You're safe with your team there. Oh, but now Ponlo going on. They didn't see that they warded, so Raging Potato pays with his life. And now it's likely to be a tier 2. You got Ponlo. He triggers his dragon form already. You know, Death Sama here. They both have armlet. They just do so much damage. Now the BKB. Got a 10-second here for Ponlo. Should a fight break out. There's nothing James can really do, and he's just going to try to push up top. Maybe trade a tier 2 for tier 2, but again, like we talked about before, other than Weaver, you don't have any tower damage. So Execration kind of looking a little lost here. They are split up in lanes. Lumic, level 11 now. He's working on that 4-staff, almost has it, and now he's got it. Just needs to get it out to him, but here we go. Ponlo takes some damage, triggers a BKB, and Witch Doctor just getting torn apart by Death Sama and Ponlo, and Nando trying to kill Ponlo, but he's forced to time lapse back. And it's going to be the whole squad here for Nasty Potatoes going on to Nando. And Lumic does get a nice hook, and Cogs in the two heroes in Death Soma and Ponlo, but the wall will fall into from Wen, and he will also pay with his life. Is able to save James. Now got a little lag, not sure near the game, but James in some trouble, still being chased down, and he will get away for now, but seems like someone's a little worried there about the illusion. But now, Raging Potato gonna maybe get the kill on the Ponlo. I don't know, it's still too tough to see. They're gonna turn this around, try to get Ponlo at least. Misses on the Impale. Ponlo has the armor toggle, and here comes Witch Doctor. Immediately stunned up though by Godot, and now Ponlo able to blink away. The urn coming out, and here comes Puck again. Able to use him up. Now James has, I don't think the play. Maybe try to bait the stun out, but they are able to pick up one on the back end, and now it's actually going to be two as Wen falls. I'm not sure if it's just the right click, but Nando going in hard here. The Lincoln Sphere already triggered there, and now he's open wounds up, trying to get this kill on the Crimson while he can. He does have time lapse available, and he will do it. And now James and Nando going here onto Godot. Do they have detection? They do not quite yet. The Lumic can get close enough, and the dust will hit. So they will find him. They're going to chase him down. Here comes Raging Potato. Here comes James. James low on mana, but he does get the Dream Coil off. The Glimmer Cape coming out. Not going to be enough as Raging Potato and James able to pick up the kill there. So they, again, it's like the third time it's happened where they go to take a fight. It goes not great, and then Nasty Potatoes gets a good fight out of it. But then they turn it back around. And, you know, there was a... In the end, I think it was probably about even. As we see the net worth there. It's still roughly about 3k there, going the way of Nasty Potatoes, but now Wen in some trouble here by himself, but Death Sama comes in, despite Carapace and the Cogs from Lumic, able to kind of back him off for now, but Raging Potato will fall. Death Sama, level 18 now, he's going to go right into Roche, he's not able to steal it as the Yules comes out, and Nando snatches it. He doesn't get the last hit, but Nando able to get the kill. So Death Sama now kills Witch Doctor, and Death Sama does not care about these heroes. He is just destroying them all. Ponlo picking up the kill on that one, but that's a 3 for none. They got Roche, but is it really worth it when they're going to be able to come down, take this tier 2 here mid, maybe even more? Ponlo did trigger dragon form, and he's working on that AC now, so Godot trying to get to James, try to at least get the track, but not going to be fast enough. So yeah, looks like a tier 2 will fall here. Ponlo and Death Sama just do so much damage to it now. Oh, we got the Orchid now on Death Sama too. He's going to be going right into Bloodthorns soon. Take care of that Puck problem. He's just so slippery, it's hard to deal with. But, you know, Bloodthorn just does so much damage. Obviously the silence, so that'll be real good for them. So tier 2 has fallen here. They're going to back off for now, and there's only one tier 2 left. But Nando doing a nice job. He's got Aegis still, obviously. He's trying to push out this tier 2, trying to maybe bait something into it, but nothing quite yet as Crimson moves his way up. Now Nando, oh, he knows they got vision now. The ward scouting him out, another ward scouting him out. Again, we kind of talked about this a lot earlier, but Nasty Potatoes has had good vision pretty much all game, especially with even Bounty Hunter at the track. James going in onto Crimson, gets the silence, but forced to back off, knowing that Ponlo was in the area, taking out the rest of that ward. But yeah, I haven't seen too many wards here, I guess, for Execration. I mean, I know they've had a few. Got one there, there. But, like, I don't know. There's just been so much more for Nasty Potatoes, so much more effective ones, that is. Oh, we got Nando maybe in some trouble here. Nope, able to get away. Again, he's got Aegis anyway, so he'll be fairly decently okay, at least for now. And obviously with time lapse as well, should be enough to keep him alive. But excuse me, had to take a drink real quick. Oh, back up top though. I feel like they knew that was warded. I don't know if they took out the ward. I'm not sure, but another death going the way here of Raging Potato. James trying to push out this tier 2 here. We'll get the silence at least on the Ponlo, but level 19 against a tanky level 20. We'll get the Dream Coil down in Dragon form. Already going to stun up James. BKB is triggered. Nando, though, has a DD rune doing a lot of damage here. Wen comes in for some support, and here comes Death Sama, though. The real tank of the fight. The real attacker. And he's going in. He's got the Iron Shell on him, too, at level 20. SNY, he's got the Orchid, and he's got Bloodthorn almost finished up as he picks up his Chrysalis now. So Ponlo, again, he's just so damn tanky with those level 4 Dragon Blood. He's got the armlet. He's working on the AC now. So I think Execration might have missed their window, as we talked about earlier. They kind of need to win by like maybe right now, 31 minutes in. But Death Sam was doing so good this game. He's not died yet. He's 9-0-9. Ponlo has died quite a bit, but he's definitely made up for it. As he's level 20 here. Yeah, he's got so much health too. So I'm not a Dragon Knight player, but I'm curious about this talent, the level 15. Do you take 40 damage or 40% XP? 40% XP obviously is a shit ton, but it is at level 15. And you don't really need levels as much as you do items. Oh, it's going to be Lumic falling on this. Down here to Death Sama. Raging Potato, this is kind of dangerous. They've been warded up a lot, so I don't know what his intention was there. It's just him and Witch Doctor, so I don't really know about that one, but it's been warded up so often here that anywhere he goes without the vision, yeah, and it's going to be Nando falling here. They drop another ward, so they will see him immediately from the Sakuchi. He needs to get out as fast as he can. The AA Blast will connect, so Nando just falls so fast when picking up the kill on that one, and now it's a 5-man push here. 4 Nasty Potatoes with Dragon Form coming off cooldown in 3. Death Sam has just been such a force this game. Like, they can't do anything about him. Again, I think it's a misplay by Raging Potato, just kind of going in there in the first place without any vision whatsoever. The Cog's not going to do anything. The Blink coming in. The Spike Carapace will help for now, and the Cask in the end, but Death Sam raged up. Not a lot of mana, but they will look to push this tier 3. Maybe. Ponlo just does so much damage, but he's going to blink in, go right onto Nasty Potato as the vacuum wall comes in, and now the 3-man Dream Coil is doing so much damage. The Ravage coming in. Here comes the hook, the Cogs, and the Battery Assault, so they turn that one around. Lumic might fall here, and he will to the AA Blast, but it doesn't matter. That's a 2 for 3. Oh, and the Yules comes up on a Crimson. He will fall here, just takes so much damage, and it's going to be James picking up that one, so 4 for 1 as Nando fell way before, so it doesn't really count in that instance, and they're going to look to really push this when being chased a little bit, but they just need to take towers out of this. They don't really need to care about when Nando can go push out that. Oh, he's going to time lapse to be right with them. I thought he was going to push out this bottom here. It's a fairly big creep wave. You've got 4 range creeps, so might have to take care of that, but they can't really take towers without him, I guess. So they're going to go right for this top, finish off this tier 3. Maybe able to take out the shrine afterwards. I'm not sure they can get much past maybe A-Rax. I don't think they are able to take out both, but Death Sama and Ponlo are both down for another 20 seconds at the earliest, so this might be a full set of racks here, as Nando with that Desolator does so much damage. It's got the Diffusal now as well. Yeah, and they're going to go take a shrine, and he's building BKB. Oh, but the Dream Coil onto Wen. James is here, silences him up. The Impale comes in from Raging Potato, but now Raging Potato in a little bit of trouble here. Spike Carapace going to do enough. Wen gets a vacuum to the AA Blast. Only going to hit on Witch Doctor, so he should fall here eventually. And Raging Potato Yules it up. Might not be able to get away. Does have Force Staff in a couple seconds, but he's going the other way now. Nando, though, he's in some trouble. Gets stunned up. Has Sakuchi and Time Lapse, but the stun just lasting for so long. How long is it? It's a 3 1/4 second stun and a DD rune as we're approaching the 40-minute mark, which, as we remember, does now give double runes. So that's going to be something we have to watch out for, especially having the ability for Death Sama and Ponlo to both get those huge wards. Those huge runes, rather. My mistake. In, double damages in the haste runes. So, yeah, can you just imagine double damage onto Ponlo and a haste on Death Sama at the same time? So this is going to be the first tier 3 real defense after the last one didn't really go the way of Nasty Potatoes whatsoever. Didn't really get too much damage. As we're looking at buyback status, James has his, Ponlo and Nando have theirs. And then even Witch Doctor has his, which don't really see as much. Maybe he could have got some more wards out during all this, but again, I think Nasty Potatoes has been superior in this game almost the whole time since the very beginning. They've had the wards, they've had rotations coming in. Other than Ponlo dying, a couple times because it's, you know, 4-man rotations though, so making a lot of space for Death Sama to stay up on his farm. But not able to take the tier 3 there. They are able to get the deep ward. But these creeps doing some damage to the base here. Obviously, it's just one of these buildings, but still, it's gold going the way of here of Execration as they take out this Roche side shrine, and Roche will be up in two minutes or so. So we're gonna see an E-Blade coming out here from Nyx Assassin. I'm not too used to seeing that, but it should be okay. Make it so that you know, these heroes aren't able to right click as much, especially Lifestealer and Ponlo are two that you're worried about. Especially I think Death Sama though. I mean, he's just been so unstoppable this whole game. Look at levels. Puck's almost 25 though, so that 420 GPM will be coming out rather shortly if they don't lose beforehand. Which, you know, a good push here from Nasty Potatoes could force that, but I think they're just going to wait for Roche first. It's a lot smarter of a play, a lot safer of a play, as we saw what happened two times ago when they tried to high ground. But they might be a little hasty here. They're smoked up. Nothing quite yet. But if they can get Nando again before this, he's got the gem now too. So a very big item this game as, you know, the Invis, Nyx Assassin, the Invis, Nando with the Sakuchi. Gonna be huge here, and they're just waiting for this Roche, it seems. Oh, but the Ravage coming in from Raging Potato. The Worms coming in as well, so nice job by Raging Potato to kind of fend that off. Oh, but James coming in with the Dream Coil, 2-man, but the BKB and the Rage gonna break that off. Nando trying to trade right hits here with Ponlo, but they're all waiting for James to come down from Yules, and Nando has to get away now. Lincoln's is triggered, so a lot of nothing going on, really. That pipe doing so much. Oh, and a 2-man hook from Lumic. Crimson able to get out. Ponlo taking a lot of damage. Now Wen gets the wall down. Lumic should fall here, and it's gonna... Oh, he gets denied by the neutral creep, though. So, oh, Ponlo, though, doing so much damage. He's taking a lot in return, though, and it will be James picking up that kill. So, a 2-for-1, but the only kill comes on to Nando there for Nasty Potatoes. But now Raging Potato in a little bit of trouble here. He's got to go somewhere where it's not warded and is able to get to the high ground where, fortunately for him, Nasty Potatoes doesn't have anything. They will see that ward up top. Oh, and they just saw Roche respawn too. What a good timing if you're Nasty Potatoes. You have no Nando, no Lumic. So if you can do this in 15 seconds, maybe closer to 20, I guess, you don't have to worry about that hook coming in from Lumic. But with only Death Sama really doing any damage here, it's going to be maybe a little close. I don't know. Lumic could TP in, but you don't have Nando to do any right-click damage. James is trying to split push down that right side, so looks like Execration is just going to try to concede this Roche attempt. Not really much they can do. Lumic being scouted out by Godot. Oh, but they're going to try to steal it maybe. It's taking too long here for Death Sama, so TP comes in from James. They're going to go on to Godot, who's just kind of baiting for a little bit, but Lumic, the Dream Coil only down on one. Godot is invis, and he gets the hook onto it, and it's going to be... Death Sama does pick it up. It's another snatch again, so Execration able to get the kill onto it, and now it will be Lifestealer falling for the first time with that Witch Doctor ult on the backside. Ponlo's coming in. We're getting a chase here onto Godot. I don't think that's where you need to focus on. You need to kill this Death Sama, and he's got the Ghost Scepter on himself into Yules. He's got Force Staff ready to get it up that hill, and he's able to get away from it. Godot does fall on the backside. Here comes the rest of Execration. Now Death Sama in some trouble, but he's got Crimson right there. Not a lot he can do other than the Force Staff. BKB being triggered by Nando. He's chasing down Death Sama. Death Sama will be falling soon if they can get the right clicks, but he did get the cheese on it. He's got Bloodthorn, can't do it quite yet. Nando goes back into it. The cast going to hit on the one. Not going to bounce over to Crimson. Crimson comes in, got the Force Staff, and now here comes Ponlo. Full health. He's getting the stun done, and now it's Nando falling again. Witch Doctor did fall as well. The rest of Execration needs to back up. Not a lot of health here on Lumic. Raging Potato can't do too much either. So the cogs to kind of force back these wall illusions. Now Lumic falls to the wall illusion. Oh my, those things were chasing. I'm surprised they waited so long to kill them. Puck does hit level 25 now, and he's got the 420 GPM. Will it be enough, though? He's split pushing right, bottom rather. Nyx Assassin still top, and now Ponlo at full health with the Dragon Form. He's got his BKB ready if he needs it, but it's only 2 alive here for Execration. This should be a tier 3 for Ponlo himself. Doesn't even need really any help here. Just does so much tower damage. It only takes 2 hits. Spike Carapace comes in, and all that from Raging Potato at least stop him for now. But again, there's no backup quite yet here. James coming in, the E-Blade, gonna connect Dream Coil onto one. No mana left for Ponlo, is disarmed for now, but here comes Death Sama. No, Ponlo gets force-staffed up, and he's got no mana, almost no health. There's nothing he can do. The Impale, and it's gonna be Raging Potato picking up the kill there. He's gonna Yule's up Death Sama here. Link is being triggered here onto James, but there's 3 heroes. They're gonna just back off. So a nice job there. I don't know who force-staffed him up. It was a nice job, though, getting him onto that high ground for James and company to just get the kills. I'm not sure who has a gem now. I know gem was on someone, and BKB is Nando. He's here trying to get Godot, yeah. Oh, and it's going to be James picking up the kill instead. He doesn't have Dream Coil for 18 more seconds, but Yule's up Death Sama here. On the backside, Crimson falls the Raging Potato. Now it's just a 2-on-5. There is buyback around for Ponlo and for Godot here, but it's going to be a tier 3. Bounty Hunter does buy back now. Death Sama in the area, 23. But again, this puck has almost 6k gold with that with the 420 GPM talent. So here's Godot. They will not see him quite yet, but he does break his invis. And now it's Death Sama. Vacuum Wall again on the 2. They're escaping for now. It might be Witch Doctor paying with his life, and it definitely will be. Oh, Force Staff back, though. The Dream Coil breaks onto Ponlo. The Witch Doctor will fall, but Ponlo stunned up. So just the 1 death so far, but this fight might not be over. Nando? Okay, he does get the TP out. They did get the tier 3, so a nice job there. Only losing Witch Doctor. Not really too big of a problem there, but a lot of gold going the way of Death Sama as he's quickly approaching level 25 here. So everything was going the way of Nasty Potatoes for a while, and it's just been fight after fight where it looks like it's going all their way, and then it just stops, and Execration able to counter initiate once again, and that was a buyback for both Witch Doctor and Ponlo. So Ponlo's still got 7 minutes left on his buyback. Not Witch Doctor, I'm sorry. On Godot here. On Bounty Hunter. My bad. But again, level 25 is quickly approaching for some of these heroes. So Ponlo, I assume it'll be the 2 times Dragon Blood HP/armor. Crimson, level 14, still not really surprising. But the Courier did fall at some point during that. I did not catch that part. But I think you take maybe the 15 armor here. Yeah, I think most of it's physical anyways, so armor would be good here. Not too worried about the rage, I don't think, other than when James comes in with the Dream Coil. But very weird game. It's going a lot of the way the Execration now. It's a huge, I mean, just in the past 10 minutes, it's gone up maybe 10k there. And taking more towers. I thought Ponlo was going to be able to do a lot more here at this Rax when the backup started pouring in, but just that good force staff play from whoever it ended up being to push him up to the high ground was just so incredible for Execration there. You know, Nando sitting here only at a 7-second BKB, so it's getting a little lower now, but he's definitely making the best out of it. We do have Ags on Witch Doctor, so that's a good sign for Execration here, that their support is able to do so much more now, just bouncing around on everyone. So he's been a key ingredient of this. I know I haven't touched on him too much, but he's 7, 9, and 13, so he's been part of 20 of their 33 kills. And these lanes are all pushing up fairly well. James has been doing a nice job switching around from lane to lane. Nando going top and everything. And again, I do apologize for the pronunciation on it. Mostly his name. If I keep saying Nando. Oh, but someone's in trouble here. It's the Nyx Assassin. He's almost dead, but able to get out. He's got the E-Blade being healed up by the urn as we speak. It looks like it's just going to be a high ground defense maybe here for Nasty Potatoes. I'm not sure they can really go out on their own with no real vision anymore. Outside of the mid, he has that one ward in the middle right here. But this is very heavily going the way of Execration. However, if they do take a team fight, try to high ground too early, they can really be punished. Darkseer vacuum into wall. Ponlo just doing so much damage with the splash. I always forget the attack modifier. It's not really attack modifier, but yeah, it does like the little splash doing damage to other units as well in the area. So still almost 25 here. Look in terms of buyback per team. The only 3 heroes Nando, James, and Raging Potato. And Raging Potato's name keeps throwing me off because every time I say potato, I'm thinking of the other team. But okay, how's James chose to spend his money? Dagon 5. So this will be an interesting pickup. Going to definitely eliminate those weaker heroes in Crimson and Godot a lot easier. I mean, how much damage? 800 burst damage. Don't even. Crimson has 1080 total damage. So, you know, after reduction and everything, it just takes really like Illusory Orb, Silence Dagon, and he's dead for good. Well, you know, I say for good, but that E-Blade pickup too. E-Blade the Dagon. A little coordination needed there, but you know they are a team. The Dream Coil on to 1. Silence, but he will get the Rage off first. Stunned up a little bit. So Dream Coil down. I'm not sure if that was a pretty ballsy play. Don't have Dream Coil now for another 50 seconds. But Execration still has a sizable lead here. In terms of net worth, I mean, it's both Nando and James up top, above Death Samba by a little bit, but I mean, that 420 GPM talent makes James skyrocket up 8K over the next hero. And again, he keeps blinking in, going on to Death Samba. That Dagon doing a lot of damage, though, taking him down to, you know, about half health, a little more than that, but not a lot that Nasty Potatoes can do other than just hold and hope their team fight goes well whenever Execration chooses to take the high ground fight. Roche will be up in 2 minutes, so they might again be waiting for that. Put that on to Nando. I have no idea. But he's level 24. Once he gets to level 25, let's probably say the Sakuchi move speed. It's just so good to be able to get in and out of tight spaces. And he's almost got his Scotty. Sure, he's saving for buyback. Excuse me. Oh, James going in, just kind of trolling around with Death Samba lately, and Godot's just here to pretty much give him the Glimmer Cape and make sure he stays alive. Godot, excuse me again, almost has his Blink Dagger, so it'll be a big pickup for him. But if he has no buyback either, he's very susceptible to the Dagon hits if they get vision. So yeah, they're scouting out Roche. Will be up in another minute. It's definitely pinned into a corner here is Nasty Potatoes. Can't quite get the sheep stick here. When not able to get too far out, and it will be the Dagon on him. He will not fall quite yet, but the stun coming in, and the Witch Doctor ult will be able to finish him off, so that cast bounce just happened to hit him. Nice job there by Execration getting that big kill, so now he's even farther away. Now Nando putting in some damage here onto these racks. James coming in, going on to Ponlo. BKB triggered, Rage is triggered too. Lincoln Sphere is popped here on Nando. A little bit of lag once again. Ponlo going in hard on Witch Doctor, 4-staff back. Ponlo, no more BKB. He's down to that 5-second anyway, so like it's very hard for him. E-bladed up, the stun coming in from Raging Potato. Spike here, but it's not going to do a hell of a whole lot. James coming in, able to blink back, so the buyback is committed here by Wen, so now he's even farther away than he initially was on that sheepstick. A nice job there by Execration, staying in just the right amount of time to force the buyback, but then getting out as Roche is going to be respawning any second now. Oh yeah, keep that there just for another. Oh. And no, one more time. Okay, well I think they might know. That might have been like a max Roche attempt, max Roche timing. But they need that courier to start picking shit up. Yeah, so he does pick up the 1 second rage duration. Again, I'm not a lifestealer player either, so I'm not sure what the smarter one is typically. But we shall see soon what's going to happen here. Okay, here comes James Nando, and it's going to be Nando falling fast. He gets stunned up. He's silenced and everything, but able to pop the VKB and the time lapse doing so well. The wall comes in, hits on a 3, but the Witch Doctor ult, Wen is down. No buyback on him. Lumic coming in. That's a nice hook from him. 4-staffed out is Ponlo, though, and then back. So that's a full set of racks. Nando doing some damage there while the rest of the team kind of kites around the rest of Nasty Potatoes, but now it's going to be Raging Potato will fall. Drops the gem as well, so Ponlo will pick that up. His mega kill streak is over. James playing some games here. Comes with the Dagon and gets out. Oh, he's almost at 5k gold again. It's so crazy how much gold he gets. Nice. Yeah, you got the Moon Shard onto Nando here, as he's got a Scotty as well. So once they took those attack modifiers away, the unique attack modifiers, it's just so much you can do with certain heroes. I mean, Nando with the Desolator Scotty, he's going to be picking up this Aegis here, and I'm sure James will get the cheese. Oh, Nando's going to pick up both, so... Maybe they look to push this while Wen is still down. We've got 2 sets of racks down. This third lane pushing in, so if they can just do the same kind of thing where 4 heroes fight after Nando throws like some worms down or whatever it might be, and then just let him kind of take towers down. Not really ratting, but, you know, just focusing 2 different things at the same time there. I think that's going to be huge here if you're Execration and getting these megas should the team fight not end up, you know, taking them all out. Again, buybacks. Puck will almost always have buyback at this point on. Nando's got his, and it's going to be Witch Doctor with his. So on the other side, you do have your 2 biggest cores having buyback left with Ponlo and Death Sama. But Nando here coming in, trying to look for maybe one of those supports, those squishier guys to eat up. Now might be in some trouble here. Scanned out immediately, and he's got to get out of here, but they know he's got Aegis. He's going to go right back into those trees. Gets the worms down. Oh, time lapse right into where he was. Not good. Not a good timing. And Aegis already popped. The rest of his team now coming in, though. He should be okay to be able to get out, but that was huge there for Nasty Potatoes. They're going to go for this bottom racks here. Death Sama might be in some trouble. Here comes James. Comes in, gets Julesed up. And he will be able to get out of there. But the Lumic coming in. The 2-man impaled there. Dream Coil coming down as well. Lumic, no mana left. Just got to get the right clicks in and hope everything's going well. Witch Doctor, though, that ult is doing so much with the bounces. And buyback here from Godot. Both AA and Darkseer are down. No buybacks, and now Death Sama calls GG. So a nice job, a nice comeback there by Execration. Was not looking good for a while as the, you know, until that, pretty much that fight when Ponlo died high ground near the racks. That's really when Execration was able to turn it around, and a nice victory by them. And they're going to move on to the next round here in the open qualifiers for TI7. It was just such an... I really didn't think Lumic had a great game. I think Witch Doctor actually played extremely well. Those ults were so key, especially after you got Ags, so really just kind of putting the damage around the whole team of Nasty Potatoes. But yeah, again, Execration doing a nice job coming back there. And yeah, thanks for watching. Might do another open qualifier game, or might just wait till regionals. We'll see. But again, thanks.